What's good, man? As you can see by the title, it's yours truly back again. I'm gonna get some stuff ready real quick, man. Just hold on a second. The name of the title, of course, as you can see, has to deal with the degrees of a circle. I'll try to make this one quick. This is a class refreshment episode. This is number 2. When I say episode, I ain't trying to say, I really could have said parts, but whatever. So, let me pull up this stuff real quick. Let me see. First, I'm gonna go to the internet. Actually, no, I'm straight on that. All right, this is what we had pulled up yesterday. I'm gonna get out of that one. All right. Now, when it comes to the degrees in the circle, this is a class refreshment episode. Like I said, man. So first off, I'm gonna pull up these Nazca lines real quick. All right, and I'm also gonna talk about the layers of the atmosphere as well, and the seventh heavens, 7 heavens that people talk about. All right, I'm gonna stop that real quick. Okay. Now, another aspect that isn't being talked about the Nazca lines, Nazca Estrella Sun Star and Cross, is these dots that are right here, these increments that are right here. Anybody with eyes to see, if I took a protractor and put this right here, you could easily pick that out, that it could be insinuating the degrees of a circle. All right. So that's one aspect right here that's also adding to what I'm saying about this whole thing I've mapped out dealing with the discovery of 360 degrees in a circle. As I explained yesterday in episode number 1, for those who did not hear, I said and explained that with this grid concept, with my discovery that I've made, which is right here, the center point, all of this that I've made, it would not be able to work out if with any other if I added one more square to the layout or took away another square. That's what I was saying about this being special. If it wasn't special, then it would be other symbols that would work out the same exact type of math and do something and have so much based on a 45 or a consistent number. But this is the most consistent mathematics that I've ever heard of or seen. 0 through 9 all added together equals 45. Halfway between the numbers 0 and 9, beginning and end, equals 4.5. And everything, every last thing here is at a perfected 45-degree angle. And I've never seen that done. But not only that, whenever we divide up a circle, when we cut it in half, the first thing you cut it in half and you get 180 degrees, which is a line, all right? And then you do that again as a perpendicular. You do it evenly, all right? It's all about symmetry with the cutting up the circle and everything. And you get four parts that equal 1. But it's once you cut it up into 4 parts, that's when you actually get the 90-degree angles going on, which is the 490s, 4 9s that you get, that you see right here. All right. It's upon getting that 4, cutting it into 4, that's where you get your 9. And once you cut that in half, that's where you get 8 pieces, and that's where 45 degrees come into play. Every point from that point on, if you continue to divide and divide and divide and divide, you get to a point where the last 2 digits continuously end up being 25. I explained in the past where 2 and 7 are the polar opposites on my work. And it's dealing with that decimal point moving and everything. The decimal point within my work is right here, the center point. That's exactly what the decimal point is, 4.5. That's what made it so significant upon its first discovery. So with me showing that 360 degrees divided by 4 equals tripping 90. Okay. 45, 360 divided by 8. Okay. every last one of these equals out to be 9, but there's 10 of them. See, 360, that deals with that 10 as well because it has a 0. That's where the number 0 is being shown as something that's significant. Okay, let me check. Okay, the number 0 is a placeholder, and without the number 0 behind 360 degrees, you would not have 360 degrees. It'd just be 36 degrees. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna let that be known there. But every one of these that makes a square, we know that you could say opposite, but the inverse of a square is a circle. Or the feminine aspect, however you want to put it, they both come out to be 360 degrees. All right. The square is how you logically, mathematically, can do all of this. But 10 times 9 equals 90. 90 times 4, which is what we have here. We have 10 blocks. And with every one of these 10 blocks, is counting up to 9. Okay, and there's 10 blocks within every one of those blocks. You see this, how this is number 2. You got number 0 right here, and you got number 1. Well, we got number 0 right here, and it has 10 blocks within it. And every one of those, if you continue to zoom in, will continue to be 10 blocks. All right. Now, and this wasn't going to be a long, because it's very simple and easy to explain. So with the center of my work that you just saw there is the center of the Nazca Estrella. Okay. Trying to zoom in on this more. All right. It is the center of the Nazca Estrella. You can see that everything is literally on point, and only my work has been able to do that. So you got these dots around here that are like 360 degrees being communicated. I wish I could go there and count those. You also got dots on these as well. These 2 on the sides. All right. So that's a quick briefing on the 360 degrees of a circle and how all of that was figured out. You have to comprehend the significance of my symbol and what I've created. Discovered is divine and from the creator. So in order for you to fully comprehend what I'm saying as far as these 360 degrees of a circle, you have to fully comprehend my work. And firstly, before you answer why 360 degrees are in a circle, you have to comprehend why it is that we stop counting at the number 9. That's the real first question, because 3, 6, and 0 all come back to be the 9. The first real question to getting into that realm of answering why is there 360 degrees in the circle is answering the question, why do we stop counting at the number 9? Even your clocks that you use, they stop at the number 12, but the system that they are using is the same system that I'm talking about and using that you see or have seen on the screen. It's stopping at the number 10, and then it repeats and starts to recount the numbers at 11 up to 12. So yeah, that can be seen there. And when it's talked about as far as the cultures that discovered the circle, I already went over in previous videos where the Hindus was mentioned, Mesopotamians were mentioned, and Mayans, of course. So that's it that's it really, but this is the Masonic aspect of this is a Masonic encampment. Within their work, they have this specific symbol right here that's seen. I've went over this several times, but the geometry in the center, as far as the polygons, the triangle, pentagon, heptagon, and then nonagon, it's not really, the nonagon is significant right now, but those other 3 that I just mentioned, triangle up to heptagon, are not. They have 9/10, 9 on their work. They have 9 of them. 9 of these tents, and then they have poles in between, halfway points in between all of them. So it comes out to be 18. So that's that number 18. And on my work, those lines from the center point at the number 18 as well. All right. The number 18 is highly significant in ancient cultures as well. Now, I want to take this brief segment into the next point before I finish off at the atmosphere and talk about the atmosphere and the reason why with the seven heavens that are talked about, there's no confirmation of seven heavens, but besides the ancients talking about it, but what we do know of is these different levels of atmosphere that we witness that we can test. And the reason why I'm showing this as a briefing is so that I can show people that the science behind my work and that I did not just set up my stuff just like it is for no reason. Um, okay, I'll have to pull up my chakra diagram in a minute, but this next sector right here that I'm about to discuss is going to deal with Robert Edward Grant, which is a very smart individual. He's not a flat earther, but he's somebody that I follow on Instagram. I mean, he follows me back and everything. And he has this, he makes several mathematical discoveries, several of them. He makes them all the time. But the reason why I'm showing his work is because it relates to mine, his new discovery that he just made yesterday or today, one of the two. I can't really remember, but I'm going to zoom in on this so that everybody can see it. I don't know if you can see it. You might need glasses, but as you can see up here, we're going to start over here in the right quadrant, northeast. We got 54 right there. Then we got 45 degrees. We got 36 degrees, 360 degrees, 54 degrees. See, he's using computers to map all of this out. And this is all built on, let me see how many squares this is. 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this is exactly my work right here. I just noticed this right in front of y'all. So this is this circle that he has right here, the measurements based on these. This is exactly how my work is set up. And this, I told y'all, it's built on the 5 grid, literally. So this is exactly what he used with his. So and he literally watches my work. And there's a reason. What the reason behind me showing this is so that people can see that I'm not sitting up here bluffing when I'm saying that geologists, mathematicians that people highly revere in this world, that people choose not to even debate their work. They can't even debate my work. Okay. That's what I'm telling y'all and showing y'all this for right now. This, of course, looks like a Templar cross to all Masons out there that know that as well. This looks just like a Templar cross. He mentions that in the caption section, which I'm going to read right after this. But yes, all of this is based on the 45-degree angle and the number 9. And see this type of mathematics that y'all see right here. That's why I'm saying to y'all, what could this, and I'm not down in his work, but what could this right here potentially be used for? This knowledge that he has on the screen. What revolutionary knowledge does this create and impact does this create in the world and people's minds? How can people use this in the real world and everything? All right. That's why I'm telling y'all it's not communicating the 45 degrees. He goes on to talk about 432, which he talks about a lot actually. But when I talk about 45 degrees and I talk about projectile motion, which is something that you have to actually use within this world, not only in stuff like sports, I just bring that stuff up, but it's several different. If you're in a war or something and you're going to launch off something, you want to launch it at a good angle, period. So it hits the target. Okay. And you want to launch it at as far where it can go as far as, especially if you're trying to reach the farthest. And that's just one instance. But you can apply this projectile motion. This is part of physics, man. It's something that you can't change. When we talk about an explosion, and we talk about the fact that reality started from an explosion and things like that, my work is showing evidence of that. Okay. The mathematics, because this, like I say, this symbol that I'm, this work that this grid that I'm, this map, this is something that's existed since the beginning of time. And I seriously don't think that a lot of y'all get that. I could tell based on interaction level that y'all don't get that. And that's why I act like I do as well, because I see that. I'm like, man, this is something that has existed since the beginning of time, way before I even been around. I've literally tapped into something that's from the source, that's existed since the beginning of time, mathematics, that helped actually, that deals with the building of the world, that's from the creator. And nobody has explained this. So I'm going to go off and read his stuff that he has down here. It says, Robert Edward Grant, new discovery, the infallible relationship between reciprocity, palindromosity, I think I said palindromosity, And ratios. Photo 1. Can you say Templar cross? Notice how each of the degree positions are actually just mirrored reflections. Okay? Exactly like my work is, mirrored reflections. I think that it's this one that, no, it's this one up here. I think this is it. This ain't gonna be a long one at all. I'm on my last few minutes. I ain't gonna be able to stream until the 27th after this, as far as StreamYard, because I've been streaming that 12-hour stream just to prove to y'all that ain't nobody got the balls or even information, intellectual capacity to even debate my work. That's the reason that I did that stream. So you can't say that somebody's sitting up here scared. If anybody's scared, it's y'all ass that's scared. I ain't got a fear in my body when it comes to any of y'all fools. And that's just being straight up. That's in person or behind this doggone computer. That's just straight up. It ain't even y'all wait, man. Like I see everybody on the level, but I really could go in and rank on y'all like crazy. That's what y'all really don't get as well, some of y'all. Because whenever I did that stream and said it was my last, are you a fucking fool? And I'm gonna say it like that. I'm gonna put it like that on that. Yes, because are you a fucking fool for real? Are you silly? Are you a dunce? You really thought that I was gonna be done? Man, I did that just like I told y'all. My IQ level is way, and I hear y'all talking about the other IQ stuff with what's his name, bringing that up and stuff like, man, whatever. Look, an IQ test is important. It might not be the end all be all, but it does reflect about your intelligence and intellectual capacity. And at the end of the day, my IQ, bruh, I'm trying to tell y'all, I did y'all in. I did that just to expose y'all fakes, period. Because you know that you watch my stuff over here, but you watch that video, you like that video, and it just you expose yourself. And y'all can't say anything about somebody being behind a computer because you like that video, but y'all will do that because y'all know at the end of the day, you ain't got to expose yourself or show nothing by liking something. You can hide your likes. You choose not to comment because you worried about other people and how they you fuck with him. You actually fuck with him. Look, man, like I say, y'all can sit up and be stalled off as much as y'all want to, but ain't nobody touching my stuff. Y'all ain't even doing nothing there on my level, man, when it comes to this work, bro. Cosmology, all of that, mathematics, I'm talking about having a direction, a plan, all of this stuff for everybody, not just for self, but for everybody. Having a real deal plan that could actually work out, okay? Actually being strategic. Y'all always talk about stuff later. Y'all talk about making a language and stuff like that. Nigga, y'all talking about stuff that I've been on. I just don't do it like that no more because guess what? Niggas is jealous of that too. And when I type in my own chat, if I type in my own language, that push people to want to block somebody just because you got your own language and they know they ass can't figure out. They figure you trolling. No, but I got the right to write. If you talk about freedom of speech, it doesn't say freedom of English speech. You dumbasses. It says freedom of speech, period. Freedom of speech is also written. And I can write in whatever language I want to. If you have trouble figuring it out, all I can tell your ass is get a little smarter. Since y'all so damn smart, if you want to debate how smart I am, how about your ass be smart enough to figure out what the fuck I say? If you don't agree with me saying that y'all dumb. Acting. Straight up. It's your ways, okay? A lot of y'all. You can't say that my energy is just negative, bro. If you want good energy, you give good energy. Straight up. I already give good energy by putting my work into stuff, but I am going to call out the BS, period, point blank. And that ain't never changing. It's just the way that I call it out that's changing slowly and over time. The direction, the way that I come at y'all. Now, continuing. Photo 1. Can you say Templar cross? Notice how each of the degree positions are actually just mirrored reflections of the exact same numbers, 54 and 36, the entire way around the circle. Note the indentations for each arm of the Templar style cross, and this numerical phenomenon, perhaps related to the cross's original design, which is unknown. Photo 2. Notice how all the numbers in the same color boxes in the second photo show values that in mod 9 analysis create the same numbers around that square. For example, notice the green box was 43.2 degrees. 43.2 degrees. Now, Check this out with 43.2. I just noticed this. He probably didn't even notice this. This is where I'm saying with the polarity of the numbers. What's the opposite of number 2 on my work? 7. 4 plus 3 on that side of the decimal equals 7. 2 is on the other side of the decimal. Boom. So easy. In the upper right, it is reflected by 133.2. Okay. That's another 7. That's 1 plus 3, which is 6, which is 7.2. That's 7.2. Confirmation. Simple and easy. Moving on. On the left side, another way to write 4-32. See, he's doing this for a reason. But guess what? PR Corey has been saying this for the longest. I've been explaining this for 2 years now. That 432 hertz, when y'all talk about the universe, that's why when y'all biggest favoriteest person, Brother Sanchez, got on the panel and he did shout me out, he was actually talking about 432 hertz because he even shouted me out on that. Okay. All right. So 432 hertz, and I'm not saying that on a brag type of gnosis. I'm explaining this to y'all because I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Fuck the degrees. Fuck validation from anybody. Fuck all of that, bro. I got the facts and it's like nobody can refute my work. If anything, you gonna come behind it and you gonna confirm it on your own time later. In a slick manner at that. Now, when niggas come direct and tell me that a shot, I can respect that a lot. Okay. Ain't nobody been saying that 432 hertz equals no 4 and 5. Now, who gonna say that I regurgitated that? Since a fool was on his channel a while ago in the chat saying that I regurgitated that planet Saturn and Jupiter was the 4th and 5th planets if the Earth is flat. You take it out of the lineup. I was the first motherfucker to say that. I was the first person to say that, man. Okay? This is reality, bro. I ain't regurgitating anything. Niggas just be mad and be hating because they can't debate. And if they do try to debate, I come out on top every time. Now, other people might say it ain't no debate. They done lost. You don't hear them saying that no more because they know it ain't the truth. And I will call it out in the chat. All right. I will call it out in the chat. I done literally won debates on minute stuff with people, bro. Small stuff that people would consider small and a waste of time. But I proved something through doing that if you can be wrong on something small, that means that people also have room to question. Have room to question the rest of your work that is even more even more deep than the small stuff that you wrong on. Because if you're wrong on something small, what make you think you can't be wrong on something right? If you're gonna miss a layup, what make you think that you're gonna make a 3 easy? Okay, a 3-point. That's a great perfect analogy. If you missing layups back to back, all of a sudden you think you're gonna be hitting 3s like that. Come on now. It's simple and easy to comprehend. So all I'm saying is 432, I've been saying is 4 and 5. 4 is a composite number, the first composite number. 3 and 2 are prime numbers, okay? Okay? Actually, not the first composite number. 3 and 2 are the first prime numbers is what I was trying to say. Now, to continue on, as its 2 reflections on the bottom of the circle are at 22.3.2. Okay, that's also 4 and 3, which is 7.2. 7 and 2 across from each other on my work. Also, 2 plus 2 equals 4, therefore 432 again. And 313, which is 7.2, again equals 432. Now check the relationships for all the other colored boxes and the identical pattern emerges. Go ahead and try it out for yourself. Let's also not forget the circle is the basis for comprehending the x and 1 over x relationship, whereas 1 over x is the size of slice of the circle and x is the number of such equivalent slices that will fit perfectly within the circle. These patterns are mirrored across the entire circle in forming a hidden symmetry or / order that has not been previously recognized that demonstrates the relationship between palindromosity, number permutation, reciprocity, open parentheses, x and 1 over x, closing parentheses, and the inherency of 360 degrees of a circle, and infallibly arbitrary value in caps, non-arbitrary value in caps, required to see this ordered architecture in caps. Order, the order, bro, the underlying order. Now, what I had said in the comment section below, I had commented below, and I said that when you look back at his work, to go right back to it, you have, as I just went over all of the numbers, so I'm not doing that again to repeat myself, everything is at a perfect 45-degree angle. Not only is it placed on the same mathematical composition as that of the grid that I use, it's all built off of a 45-degree angle. The halfway, he mentioned 54 and 36 is what's repeated and mirrored on all sides. Well, the halfway point between 54 and 36 is 18 digits, 18 spaces in between 54 and 36. Half of 18 equals 9. 36 plus 9 equals 45. 45 is right there in the center. Okay. It's no game, man. These people, I'm showing this is because people are, this is confirmation and showing y'all just in one instance, because I could have done this any day. This is just to add in, bro, and show that I just don't be talking, man. That my stuff is impacting the world. People watch my work and it has sparked ideas of their own. And these are the type of people that I respect. Because at the end of the day, they're not copying me. They realize that I did something amazing. They've commended me, even shouted me out, and they create something amazing of their own. Like I say, I didn't downplay what he's doing. All I said is that this is something that cannot be applied in real life. And the knowledge, the gnosis that I show can be applied in real life. If you want to figure out if the earth is flat or round, guess what? The work that I'm doing going to help you apply it in real life. That's why them Nazca lines is out there. If you want to find out how 360 degrees was incorporated in a circle when nobody on earth has been able to show how it's been done, they've never been able to show it. They've just been able to tell you where it possibly came from. But I got the proof to show it. Because number one, like I said, most people don't even get, and you never hear anybody say that in order to get to that question of why there's 360 degrees in the circle, you have to first go through the trial and error and answer, why do we stop counting at the number 9? And you're not going to be able to answer that question without what I have done, the work that I have, the very fractal grid, fractal essence of our nature, the energy, Taurus energy at that. Okay. Taurus, Terra, Earth energy. Now, to conclude and go on to the last part in section, very brief at that, and I will have to go to my chakra diagram after this. I wanted to first show this, and I'm glad I didn't really do this for that, but I've told y'all countless times that every color that I've chosen for my work, I chose it for a specific reason, not just for the prettiness of it. Every color that I've chosen deals with the order of the elements. What are the original elements of this earth? Earth, water, wind, and fire, and air. Okay. That's simple. The colors usually applied to these elements are a certain color. So that's all that I'm doing is I know that at the end, you're not going to find these colors in this order, in this we get that. Okay. But the reason that I did that is so that people can comprehend what's being, because it's communicating. Color is a language. It communicates something. If you see something red hot, you usually know it's likely going to be hot. Okay. Usually, of course, you got things in our reality like apples and tomatoes that are red, things like that are not hot, but we talking about on a energy type of level. Lava, fire, all of these things is hot. You got blue fire as well. Yes. Golly, this thing is tripping. It didn't even pull it up. Goodness. It just went out on me. Oh, wow. That's absolutely crazy. Kesotone, Robert Everett. Yep. Yes, sir. Shout out to you, man. I got to stop this one and reignite the freaking drive. I'm finna end this one, though. And y'all won't see me until after the 27th. don't know why it's slowing down now. It ain't convenient though. I know that. Now, like I was saying, when it comes down to the elements, the blue would be water, of course. Air is yellow. Earth is green, 8 and 1. The land sticks up out of the water, which we know that what number, if we ask what number is or represents an erection, not to be weird or nothing like that, but just being real. When you erect what they call these phalluses and these, which is the monuments, like Washington monuments and things like that, erecting a building, it sticks up. That's all I'm saying. Number one sticks up. It's the first energy. It's a tower. A tower, a twin tower is the number one. That's why I was saying the number one, the number one, the symbol one, it really is communicating to, which is a tower. Um, so that's the order of the elements. Fire is at the top. And what this next point is about to prove and show to y'all is that fire, it's a reason why I did this. I haven't shown this yet, but it's a reason that I did this, and this goes into the whole seventh heavens aspect that's been communicated. So you got these different levels of the atmosphere. You got the troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, and exosphere. First off, I need y'all to look at the fact that you can see that what's up here, we got the air. Air would be right here, right? Well, on my work, you have land that is below, and then yellow is on top. That's air on top of the land. This is a fact. We can test this. This is something we can go out and tangibly test in our reality. I'm not making up anything. It's not made up at all. It's just communicating through symbol and color. It's that simple. People don't need to make something more complicated than it is. You have air that's above the land, and you even can see the water below the land, where the land is sticking up out of the water. The reason the land sticks up, they told us, is because of the magma and all of the plates pushing each other. But the real thing that goes into it is the sun and the moon magnetize electromagnetic energy, causing the land to raise up. That just like the sun makes plants grow. The earth was grown up. These they were grown up. So it would make sense when a lot of people even talk about the mountains, possibly a lot of them, like the Devil's Tower that they call it, being trees. I'm not saying or confirming that, but that would make a lot of sense in that essence when you place it in that thought realm. So to be cut straight to the chase, pay attention to every one of these right here. Every one of these particular, I know a lot of people wonder, and have said, well, if fire is supposed to, on your work, if it's supposed to represent up above the air and all of that type of stuff, it gets colder up the higher that you get. Well, that's just what y'all go with, okay? That's just what y'all go with. The different layers of the atmosphere, you're stopping at a lower point in the atmosphere. So down here, you got the next level. Our realm that we live in is 15 to 56.5 degrees Celsius. And that's how big the atmosphere is, okay? That layer of the atmosphere. So negative 56.5 degrees to 2.5 degrees Celsius is what the stratosphere is, which is cold, okay? That's why y'all start getting hot air balloons, all of that stuff. Then you have the mesosphere, which is up higher above the stratosphere, up above the hot air balloons and all of that. Okay, this is where it gets hot again. Okay, it starts to get hot. Up here, you have 1200 Celsius. That is hot. Okay, that's hot. That's very, very hot. That's fire. And that's heat. If I say fire on my work, but what I really mean is heat. Okay, heat. You have cold and you have heat. The water below is, I ain't never known of any point in time where the oceans have been above even room temperature, 72 degrees. I've never even known of that. Don't know a section of the ocean that's even higher than that temperature. Okay, it's cool down there. It's cool below, hot above. All right, so when people talk about, I ain't gonna even go into the hell and heaven aspect of that. That's obsolete. So I just wanted to show that, and then I'm gonna pull up this chakra diagram real quick, and that's it. The reason that I'm pulling up the chakra diagram is because it's showing the different layers of reality that we deal with. Okay, this is my Mother Earth diagram that people have saw. That's what that came from. It literally came from this section. That's why y'all found 0 and 0 on this side, and then 9 on this side. I switched that because it came directly from this. I did that so that people would always know that. Now, when you count how many, this is the sky right here. Now, when you count how many different layers of the atmosphere that there are, think about that. There's 5 of them right here. I got everything I done is built on the 5. All right. It's not 7 heavens. Okay. It's 5 layers of the atmosphere that we can, but 7 heavens is something that we cannot prove that. And nor does the rainbow really confirm that. Just to be honest, it does not confirm that. When we actually stick to science and what I got the science for the rainbow right here in front of you, believe it or not. That's why I'm telling y'all, bro, I have not been playing games. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I got so much work till it ain't funny, and I could really, really be cocky about my work. Nobody has been able to mathematically, in simplified terms, explain the rainbow and the mathematics behind it, the frequency that's going on. See the numbers down here, the complementary colors. Complementary colors are two colors that work together and look great side by side. That goes red and green, blue and orange, yellow and purple. Okay? Period. It's that simple. You got the primary colors that go with another complementary color, which are secondary colors. Primary colors, and then they have a secondary which they go with. All of the numbers for the number red down here, its complementary color would be the earth chakra, that's why I tell y'all, in order to connect to your heart, you start down here, which is the root. Down here, your childhood, where your childhood deals with your roots, your root problems of your life, your root happiness points of your life. If you want to connect and reopen your heart upon feeling so-called chakra blockage, that's how you do it. That's the process that I've been going through. Okay. My heart has been open, but it's just to a point that, like I say, I'm going through a slow process with mine. All of these numbers for the red down here are the complete opposite of what you find up here. It's going in order: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, right? Well, we're going to go up here and count the green. All you got to do is start over here instead. Like I say, when you're doubling these, this ends up switching these 0 and 9. But when you count 0 and 9 as the same number, they're both the same number, which is what I explained in the previous video. 0 and 9, when you count the whole center as 0/9. Okay, not just stop at either or. It does not go like that. That's why the huge square within the Nazca lines has a square that's created in the center. All right. So you got 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And what would be, 0/9? That's the complete opposite that's down here. We could continue to check the work by doing this down here. Orange's complementary color would be blue. These in this chakra are now counting by twos. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 1 plus 0 equals 1. 12, 1 plus 2 equals 3. 14, 1 plus 4 equals 5. 14, I'm tripping. 16, 1 plus 6 equals 7. And 18, 1 plus 8 equals 9. The complementary color of orange would be, this is counting by twos. That's the energy going on here. Come up here to the top and you got the same reflective property. Okay, 9, we start on the opposite. Remember, everything is showing inverse of energy. This is not a game, bro. 9 and then 2, 4, 6, and then 8, 10, 1 plus 0 equals 1, 12, 1 plus 2 equals 3, 14, 1 plus 4 equals 5, 16, 1 plus 6 equals 7, and then 18/9 or 0, which has been switched. You can't make this up at all, bro. And guess what? Once you get to the top chakra, what do they say? They say that the crown chakra is the seat of the soul. Okay, well, they're the same. It starts over again. It's the same thing. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, just like the soul, which is the bottom, the foot soles. It's the same thing. It just starts over again. after those three line up. Now, for the next one, you have 0, 4, 8 is counting in fours. 0, 4, 8. 8 plus 4 equals 12. 12 plus 4, 16, 1, 7. So you see all of that going on there. The next level, the complementary of this yellow chakra would be up above, which is the next one, which is we call indigo. Okay. You got 9, 4, 8, 12. 1 plus 2 equals 3. Okay. 16, 1 plus 6 equals 7. All right. 20, 2 plus 0 equals 2. That's how this is done. So all of these is explaining not only the complementary colors of the rainbow, but mathematically showing you what's going on as far as this universal energy with this 40. Light is projected at a 45-degree angle, not a 90-degree angle, at a 45-degree angle. Okay. Light travels at a 45-degree angle is what I mean, not projected. I mean, travels at a 45-degree angle, especially when you talk about path of least resistance, which is extremely important. So you got all of these numbers that come out to be exactly the same. And how was it built? It was actually built, and I didn't purposely make it come out to be like that. I didn't purposely make it come out to be reflective, complementary colors dealing with the rainbow. I was showing how this is a doubling circuit that can go on infinitely, and that the chakras are something that connects up infinitely. All right. 0 doubled is 0. 0 doubled is it continues to go 0. But what I really did, 1 doubled is 2. 2 doubled is 4. 4 doubled is 8. 8 doubled is 7. 7 doubled, 14. 1 plus 4 equals 5. 14 doubled is 28. 2 plus 8 equals 10. 10. 1 plus 0 equals 1. All right. Everything was built on doubling as a tower, which is what you are as a human being. You are a tower. Number 2, 4, 8. All right. Because we doubling. Remember that. 2, 4, and then 8. 8 double equals 16. 1 plus 6 equals 7. 7 double equals 14. 1 plus 4 equals 5. It's going to keep. Does anybody notice the pattern? It's 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5. 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5. That's what it keeps on doing. It's not going to stop. Period. I can't make that up. This down here, we got the earth and we got the sky as far as the chakras in their relation to the elementary aspects of the earth. This right here is the heart / the ground that we live on. All right. Excuse me. This right here is the sky, the atmospheres. All right. This is where the air, roots need air. That's one of the most essential things. But beneath the earth, you have caverns, roots, all of that type of stuff, crystals and stuff, all of that. Okay. Now, this chakra diagram, what I've just explained, is where I'm at as far as it. This is a piece of work that I ain't going to say retired, but I put on the back burner, and I haven't even went through fully on studying and even explaining it. Because when you create something like this, I just showed y'all yesterday where I found out something. Sometimes you miss things, and I could be to miss something within my own work. Down is down this air part right here, and then down here, as far as the elements of the earth and everything. That's why you do find red at the bottom of my work as well. The heat underneath the earth that is said to be. The only problem with that is that we have not been down that low. I never want to go that low. Don't want to find out if that is even the case. That's what I'm going to say about that. Notice that every last one of these is built on a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 grid by 5. Every last one of them. And Robert Edward Grant's work was built on a fractal 5 by 5 grid. People learning from me. I'm glad that they are. I'm not cocky about it. I'm appreciative of them learning from me. I thank the people who have shouted my work out 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. From that point to that point at a 45-degree angle. We got 5 of them being circled. And if you zoomed in on those and you count those squares, it's 1, 2, 3. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All of the small ones come out to be 5 by 5. So everything is built on 5 by 5. And that's exactly what I've been telling y'all. So here you've had the explanation of the 360 degrees in the circle in relation to the Nazca lines in my work. How 360 degrees was figured out. It has to deal with my work because when you look back at all of those ancient cultures that were said to have discovered that, it's no coincidence that the Hindus have a symbol that looks just like mine. It's no coincidence that the Chicana is a symbol that looks just like mine. But what you will not find is exactly the same symbol set up and explained exactly how I've explained it anywhere in history at all. That's extremely significant. And until anybody gets it like I get it, I'm going to continue to sink it in. That's all I got to say in this video, man. I know it wasn't a lot of people came through. I ain't even tripping on it. I really wasn't looking at how many people came through, but I am done. I've shown everything that I need to show. It's fact-based. I appreciate everybody who does support, whether you think so or not, regardless of whether I rant. And that's all that I got to say. I got work on work on work. Like, I'm not playing, bro. I'm working right now as we speak, and I'm taking time away from that just to explain exactly what I'm doing. Another good teaching, nice. Another good teaching, nice work, my brother. I see y'all's consistency, and I want to let the two of you know that I appreciate it. I appreciate both of y'all consistency and coming through. I'm gonna try to pronounce it correctly. Shabugala. Shabugala. I'm gonna try to say it right, man. But yeah, this was a short one. I'm actually appreciative of when I can make stuff short and not be too long. It ain't short, but I mean 40 minutes. People like long videos that they can sit down and listen to, learn something from, while they working on what they work on too. I get that. But also if it's too short, that's a letdown on people. So I don't like to make stuff too short if I go live either, because that's a letdown. It's like, oh, it was 10 minutes. It's like starting something up and then, just so I try to stay away from doing too short videos, but I am going to stop this one here and keep the day rolling. Y'all stay safe. I look forward to seeing y'all after the 27th, because StreamYard ain't going to let me stream because I use up all of my time after that 12-hour proof stream of no debate. So no smoke, but all facts. Y'all stay safe, man. One love.